global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Yes, some days back we did bring you the story of Amaewhule and the others dragging government of Fubara to Supreme Court over their so many things, including being reinstated and of course, stopping the Rivers allocations from coming into Rivers State. Alas, they did not see that while they're busy dragging the government of Fubara, many others are literally dragging them in Rivers State. It's getting very interesting and very dramatic in Rivers State. But before we go into the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel, like and share the video. Now, ElderState man Edwin Clark has written to the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, that's Mahmoud Yakubu, demanding immediate by-election to fill 27 vacant seats in the Rivers State House of Assembly. Now, this situation stems from the defection of the lawmakers from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressive Congress, APC, which Clark argues violates Section 109, subsection 1G of the Nigerian Constitution. Now, he said the prolonged absence of representation deprives the people of their rightful voice in governance. He said and emphasized the need for INEC to fulfill its constitutional obligations. He criticized the ongoing political strife, asserting that the actions of the defectors have undermined the integrity of governance in Rivers State. The political landscape is further complicated by the rival factions within the RSHA, that's Rivers State House of Assembly. Now, the faction led by Amaewhule claims that their seats remain valid, while the faction under Victor Okojumbo insists that those who defected have lost their positions. Okojumbo expressed frustration over INEC's delay in organizing by-elections, stating the seats belonging to former Speaker Amaewhule and others are vacant following their switch from PDP to APC. Governor Siminalayi Fubara has also weighed in, declaring that we have only one Rivers State House of Assembly and labeled those who defected as having embarked on Simbad journey. Clark urged Yakubu to act swiftly, saying, "Your name will be etched in history if you take the step." The political crisis has deepened since Governor Siminalayi Fubara's administration claimed legitimacy over the Rivers State House of Assembly. Fubara has consistently asserted that only the faction led by Speaker Victor Okojumbo is recognized. I quote him word for word. He said, "We have only one Rivers State House of Assembly, and that assembly is headed by Right Honorable Victor Okojumbo." Fubara declared during the signing of the 1.188 trillion naira 2025 budget. In contrast, former Speaker Amaewhule, that's his faction, has declared several seats vacant, citing prolonged absence from legislative duties. Amaewhule stated, "We are acting within our constitutional rights to ensure accountability among lawmakers." However, Okojumbo dismissed these declarations as an exercise in futility, arguing that Amaewhule and his colleagues had already lost their positions due to their defection. The ongoing conflict reflects a broader struggle for power within Rivers State, exacerbated by tensions between Fubara and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, as both factions vie for legitimacy. Clark's plea underscores the importance of adhering to constitutional mandates and restoring proper representation for the people of Rivers State. Clark said, and I quote him, "It is mandatory on INEC to conduct by-election to fill the vacant seats in the Rivers State House of Assembly, Section 13 of the 1999 Constitution as amended states, 1. It shall be the duty and responsibility of all organs of government and of all authorities and persons exercising legislative, executive, or judicial powers to conform to, observe, and apply the provisions of this chapter of this Constitution. Specifically, Section 118 empowers INEC to conduct elections. No agencies or organs of government has the powers to go against these these provisions of the Constitution. Where there are inconsistency, the provisions or the Constitution prevails. Section 1, subsection 3 states, if any other law is inconsistent with the provisions of this Constitution shall prevail, and that other law shall be extent of the inconsistency be voided. Therefore, it is not enough for INEC to say that it is precluded from conducting by-elections for the vacant seat in Rivers State House of Assembly because such stance portrays sectional loyalty, which is against Section 14, subsection 4 of the Constitution. In conclusion, this open letter, I plead with the chairman of INEC to, without delay, conduct by-election to fill the vacant seat and give adequate representation to the people of the affected constituencies. What is really happening in Nigeria, where the presidency, legislature, and judiciary are committing a breach of the 1999 Constitution, which has empowered them to occupy the offices they are today? Nigerians are asking what is happening, particularly the defiance with the number one law of the country, the Constitution, which binds the nation together. This is no longer politics. It is no longer politics. It has nothing to do with politics. This is an obvious case of people who think they are above the law, people who are entrusted with our patrimony, our national and natural assets, using these same resources to circumvent the laws of the land, dominate and even oppress others. The President of Nigeria, his ministers, members of the National Assembly, and so on and so forth, who came into power by the provisions of this Constitution, seem no longer to be in position to defend the Constitution. There cannot be a government in any country if the Constitution that binds everyone together is being bastardized. Nigeria is no doubt heading to a failed state, God forbid. This will not happen because the Nigerian people will defend it. The supreme laws of the country must be obeyed if there must be a country called Nigeria. This is getting interesting. My colleague is in the house. Sir Edwin Clark is speaking and is literally calling on INEC to fulfill their mandatory obligation that has been stated in the Constitution, which they are deliberately not fulfilling, citing issues of court injunction stopping them from doing that. Where there's also a law in the same Constitution, in the event where other laws are not inconsistent with the Constitution, that the Constitution overrides all of them and every law must be obeyed. And so the Constitution stands taller than any other law. Why is INEC not obeying that Constitution?
No, I think the pressure they are mounting that now is what the kind of pressure we're expecting, the entirety of Riverians to mount. I believe very well that Fubara has a stronghold on all the local government in the area, and that's in the state. And it was believed that by now they would have been showing some high level of agitation for INEC to speedily conduct that by-election. Now, by-election is going to come up for some states in the southwest, I think Ogun and also Lagos State. But Rivers State was not mentioned, and it's quite unfortunate that this is happening. The pressure would have come up by now. It would have been intense pressure on the part of INEC to do it, and that possibly would have caused them to at least make a statement or counter statement that this is our position and all of that. And I was expecting also that, as at the time, far back in January, when this whole issue was going on, the state, at the state level, they would have brought this case before the state high court and said, this is the situation, these guys' seats are vacant, that you bring INEC on board, and then you make that demand that INEC has refused to conduct by election, and the court will bring them. But unfortunately, everybody was just waiting and hoping that one day INEC will wake up to their responsibilities. Unfortunately, because of some invisible hands remote controlling the government, in one way or the other, you're going to see those level of laxity. But it is now on your part to put adequate pressure on INEC to do what they're supposed to do. Now look at, that they're now struggling and all of that. I know very well that what will come out from Supreme Court may not be favorable to Fubara because of some reasons. But however, it's important to establish that fact that this issue of election should have been conducted long ago. Why? Because the issue of defection is self-executory. It doesn't need a court to affirm it. But however, we are still watching to see what will happen.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our